Okay, so day 2 of the manifold clean. Usually get this done in a day, 3/4 of a day, but I've broken this up over 2 days because taking videos and editing takes a little bit of time. So day 2 is the reinstallation of the manifold and ancillary items after the clean. I just wanted to show you the dipstick hole while the manifold's off, because you can't see it once the manifold's gone on, so I'll show you that just now. Okay, so this is where your manifold sits, and the dipstick hole is, have to move that out of the way, right there. Now the way I line up once the manifold's on, like I said, you can't see the hole once the manifold's on, is this bit of wire here on the starter motor is practically directly in line with the hole. So I just line up the dipstick with that wire, jiggle around a bit, and I find the hole. Put a little bit of grease on the O-ring for the dipstick so it slots in nicely. Okay, I've already put a new gasket on, so I'm just going to wrangle this into position. We'll have to push this pipe that's below down, and then there we go, put that in. Now just want to get one bolt in to hold it all in position. So just tighten that one up all the way, it'll grab once it runs out of thread. So now I'll just get all the other bolts back on and then we'll carry on from there. Okay, so the manifold's on, we've got all the 10 bolts on. Now we've got to get the 2 little tricky bolts from underneath. Luckily, as I mentioned previously, the NS has got these holes here. So can you see there, Michael? I'll move this a bit. Can you see that bracket?
Not anymore. Give me a moment.
Just a second. Right there. Can you see that bracket there?
Yep.
I'll try and get that light in a better spot.
Right there.
Okay, so I'll put it on my ratchet, and then I can see through the top as well. There we go. I won't tighten that up yet because I want to do the second one. Okay, the second one, I've got to go up a bit. Alright, so that's that and that. Next to go on is this bracket here. I'll get that pipe up there. These are 2 10mm. I mentioned in previous episode, I believe, all the 10mm head bolts. So these like a, I think they're, I don't know my M numbers, but I think it's like an M4 or something like that, but it's a 10mm head. So all these 10mm bolts are actually the same length. So you can mix and match them. So we've got one 10mm bolt there, if I can get it actually started. Light's probably not too good for you there, Michael, but
Not really, but
that'll be okay. I think everybody understands what's going on.
yeah.
Take the extension bar off there. Okay. And
Sorry guys, it's a bit hard to get a bit of a view on this one.
okay, that's that. Okay, let's stop there for a sec, Mick, because I forgot to put my gloves on. Okay, common rails next to go on. Like so, there's these bolts here. Oh, I lost me, I dropped me 12mm, so we'll stop there for a second and I'll retrieve that. Okay, now we'll bring this pipe up gently, gently, gently. Get her in position. Now, where did I put that new washer? Okay, so new washer's here. A little bit dirty. Right, banjo bolt. Be very careful with these banjo bolts that you get these lined up and you don't cross thread, because you're in all sorts of strife if you do. This common rail is actually quite expensive if you do destroy the thread, but it has got a fitting here. So if you destroy the thread here, you just need to replace that fitting, not the whole common rail. But hopefully you don't destroy anything. Far enough to be able to get that on. Okay, then got a 10mm for the little bracket here to hold the fuel line in place. Actually, might put it on the ratchet first. Okay, so I'll just give this dipstick a nice clean. I had a bit of gunk on there. I'll take the dipstick tube I'm cleaning. I'll take the dipstick out, and I'm just going to put just a little bit of grease on the O-ring just to make it slide in. Well, this is a high temp grease. You just need like a general purpose. It doesn't really matter. I use Penrite just about everything because I think it's a great product. Okay, hey Mick, show my work boots. These are my favourite work boots. I throw my steel caps on if customers sneak in, but otherwise these are comfy as. Okay, so now, Michael, if you can see in here, it's going to be a bit difficult, but I'm going to run.
Okay, sorry guys for the view, but we're basically over Rudy's shoulder just to try and get his point of view of what he's doing right now.
Okay, so can you see this little bit of wire here, which is basically part of the starter motor?
Yeah.
I'm pointing at there. Okay,
yeah.
So if you line the tube up with that and go down behind it, there we go, she's gone straight in. Okay, so that's now in position. And then she gets bolted up once the upper manifold goes on. Excuse me if I mentioned it earlier, but these pipes, so the pipe running from the pump to the rail and then from the rail to your injectors, are a 6-time use. So if you stick to the Mitsubishi schedule, your valve clearances should be done every 30,000 Ks. And every service in between is an audible check. So your lines have to come off every 30,000. So according to Mitsu's schedule, at every 180,000, that's 6 goes, 6 removals and reinstalls, these lines should be replaced. Now this vehicle's done 300,000 Ks. The lines look in really good condition. What happens is they can crack along here. Well, they can crack anywhere, and they distort every single time you tighten them up, and they stretch and all sorts of things. This one here, I'm quite confident it has not had 6 valve clearances done. So I'm going to reuse these. Worst case scenario, this one leaks. If this one leaks, it'll all be external, so we'll see it externally. If one of these ones leaks, potentially can leak internally. You get diesel into your oil, it thins out the oil. Diesel is not a lubricant and can do damage. So if you're not confident that the lines are good, simply replace them. I think they're around about the $200 each line. Don't quote me on that though. So this one goes on. And we've got a small 10mm that goes on the little bracket here. That's not a 10mm in my hand. Alright, get our 17mm down in here. Now we can tighten this one up now. I run all the rest of the lines and tighten them all up together. Really doesn't matter. What I do now is just we're finished down the bottom here. There's nothing more to do, not a lot more to do down the bottom here. So I just bring my cables around, get them in approximate positions. There, clips into there, and we've got this one down here, clips back up in there, and that just pushes on, clips on, there we go. Okay, and I'll just, hang on, I'll get that one clipped right there as well. Okay, on there, so that'll do us for now, and we'll carry on.